Hello guys, Furball the Hammy, your friendly neighborhood hamster, is back again for another Hypixel Skyblock video. Oh boy, my country is officially on lockdown and home-based learning is certainly more convenient but not much easier. But who wants to listen to this 18-year-old playing Minecraft about his life? So with that, today's video will be on the topic of the recommended sets for dungeons. Don't confuse this with my previous video on what you should get for dungeons, as that merely pointed out the separate armor sets, weapons and pets that you should get. But this video will be more specific, diving deep into the amazing combinations for each role in dungeons. PS, this is merely a prediction and isn't the final say for what you should get in dungeons. It is merely a fun video to explore options maybe you never thought of before. Comment down in the comment section if you have other combinations that are pretty good in this video. However, because I would like to go into the specific details of each build and how good they can be, I will be splitting this into a 3-parter series, with each video dealing with one of the 3 archetypes and some of the fusion archetypes within the 3 broad archetypes known as tank, damage and support. And today's video will be on the tank setup and builds, as well as one fusion build which is a fusion between the tank and the damage. And today's video will be on the tank setups. So without further ado, let's talk about the sets and the classifications. Firstly, let's start off with the tank builds. The best pure tank builds I have for today would be the Universal Tank, also known as Mastiff Armor plus Legendary Wheel Pad plus Overflux, plus any weapon of your choice. Simply put, do you want to be a true tank? This setup will guarantee you a lot, and I mean a lot of HP. Mastiff alone with God Pots can get you 30,000 HP, and with the Legendary Wheel Pad buffing your health by another whopping 40%. You will be getting 42,000 effective HP or even higher, and this is by far the highest EHP value you can get in the entire game. However, you will be doing limited damage, as this is purely a tank build and is the purest tank build, meant to just tank. EHP refers to effective HP, which calculates both defense and HP into one stat, to make it easy to compare the true defense capabilities of different sets, as some sets have more HP but less defense, while some other sets have more defense but less HP. Hence, with this complicated math that you don't want to do, EHP is the standardized measure of how tanky a set is, and Mastiff plus Legendary Wheel is certainly the only set which surpassed it and achieves a whopping 42,000 effective HP or even higher if you have more talismans and a very high combat level. On a side note, this setup is also amazing and will be the best setup in the scenario of any dungeons with true damage involved. And next up to the second pure tank setup, also known as the Unmoveable Tank, with Perfect 12 plus the Reaper Mask, or the Revived Heart, or the Zombie Heart, or the Crystallized Heart, along with a Bee, Turtle or Phoenix Pet, along with Overflux, and along with any weapon of your choice. Perfect 12 is the highest defense set in the game, and coming in second in EHP behind Mastiff Armor. However, it doesn't have the penalty of cutting your crit damage in half, allowing you to have some damage and have a lot of EHP. Pair Perfect 12 with one of the hearts or the Reaper Mask and an Overflux power op, and you will have 5% healing per second, since Overflux heals 2.5% HP per second and the heart doubles it, which is huge. On top of that, you guys may be thinking, why the Bee Pet? Now here's why the Bee Pet is amazing. It has the third ability known as Weaponized Honey, which converts 25% of all damage dealt to absorption health. And you know what that means, right? That essentially means that you gain back 25% of HP every time you get attacked, essentially making it reduce all incoming damage by a whopping 25%. This isn't even factoring in the first ability of giving you a massive strength and intelligence bonus when paired with 14 other nearby bees, allowing you to take the more offensive option of this setup. On the other hand, the Legendary Turtle Pet is also amazing, with plus 20% defense to Perfect 12's already monstrous defense, getting up to 1600 to 1800 defense when maxed. And it also gives anti-knockback and will be way superior to the Bee Pet if there are pools of water in dungeon, due to the extra regeneration and defense you get from the Turtle Pet when you are inside or nearby water. Next up, the Phoenix pet is self-explanatory and you avoid death. Enough said. However, although it looks like this build is better than the Mastiff build, it certainly cannot deal with true damage if mobs in dungeons does true damage. Yeah, so this setup isn't the best universal tank, but it allows you to have Mastiff's EHP, well, not as high as Mastiff EHP, but it allows you to have high EHP along with decent damage. Next up would be the fusion build that I'm going to talk about today, which is a fusion between the tank and the damage build, also known as the Undying Necromancer. The setup is Perfect 12, plus Reaper Mask, plus Reaper Scythe, plus Overflux, plus Legendary Sheet Pad. If you hate Perfect 12, this is certainly the wrong video, because Perfect 12 is by far the best builds for hybrid tank builds and pure tank builds. I won't praise Perfect 12's insane defense anymore, but this time you may be asking why Reaper Mask only and not some other random zombie heart. Well, you see, the Reaper Mask has this special ability that the Heart series doesn't have. It allows you to summon 2 times the zombies from the scythe. Now, if you think 5 zombies that does a total of 150% of your damage is good, think again. Because with this setup, you can get 10 zombies that does a whopping 300% of your damage. But furthermore, 10 zombies requires 1500 mana. Where are you going to get that consistently? And you are right, 1500 mana doesn't fall off trees, but this is where the legendary sheet pad comes in. Firstly, Mana Saver. Its first ability reduces mana costs by abilities by 20%. Secondly, Dungeon Wizard. Its third ability increases your total mana by 25%. This brings down the mana cost of 10 zombies to 1200 mana. And Perfect 12 plus Reaper Mask with full Wise Reforgers can give you up to 750 to 850 mana based on your alchemy and enchanting levels. And after the Reforge balance changes where Wise gets even more mana, and with Dungeon Wizard, it becomes 937.5 to 1062.5 mana. Is that still not enough? Okay then, this is where the Overflux comes in. Overflux not only gives you the ungodly 5% HP healing per second with this build as well, it also gives you ×2 mana regeneration. This will ensure that you will have 8 or more zombies on the field at once, which means an additional 240 to 300% extra damage from your zombies. On top of that, your zombies also have lifesteal, and you know what that means, right? That means that your 240 to 300% extra damage will also turn into lifesteal. Furthermore, the sheet pad's second ability Overheal, which gives you a plus 10% health shield after not taking damage for 10 seconds, will also be applicable to you. Why? Because you can adopt a passive Necromancer playstyle, which means that your zombies will be doing the melee attacks while you can sit back and watch the chaos unfold or use a bow, and this means that you will not be taking damage, thereby giving you the plus 10% health shield. It doesn't seem like much, but it's still a benefit. Sure, it may not have as much effective HP as the pure tank builds as mentioned above, but it certainly can have as much survivability, if not more, than these tank builds, on the caveat that you can kill enough small mobs to summon 8 to 10 zombies. But it has way more damage than the above builds, and also, you need not enter the fray to physically melee the boss, since your zombies will do the dirty work for you. And now, we have come to the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you do enjoy it, and if you would like to be notified for my future series on this builds for dungeons, next up I'll be covering the damage builds, followed by the healing and support builds. And with that, I hope you guys will enjoy, and you guys will like the video and subscribe, and to comment down in the comment section down below if you have amazing combinations which I didn't cover for the tank builds. And with that, this is Furball the Hammy, your friendly neighborhood hamster, signing out.